From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Carr now to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Where gets hit and the ball is loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-zip. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's hauled in by Shepard. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Out to the right here to Shepard. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Mahomes now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Julio Jones from 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. You know, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From midfield, here's Carr.
Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker.
Touchdown! Darren Waller, 50 yards. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On play action, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mahomes now on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now it's Mahomes again. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
It's some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 38 yards.
And the Chiefs are back within a score.
And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They will run again with Coleman. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Throwing now is Carr. And the catch made by Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On the counter, here's Coleman.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Now a play fake. Carr sliding out of the pocket. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On second down, it's Coleman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. The Chiefs at 7-5 now of the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Running left, Coleman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
On play action, now Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 1st down, here's White. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Mahomes.
A slant to Jones.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 65 yards. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. They're going to try and run. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. To throw his Carr.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Carr now on 1st down. Got a man, it's Darren Waller.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mahomes going to throw. Goes to Ware on the screen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
Now here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give right side, Coleman. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
A handoff, Coleman between the tackles. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. Oh, it's no good. Carlson pushed it to the right, and that will keep this a 15-point game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, Mahomes. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, still down